Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to our Composer Development Program workshop. We're up to session number 4, and we're about to work with the wonderful and energetic Hana Lavers, who has travelled to be with us from Sydney. So yay for borders being open. We would very much like to thank the Besen Family Foundation, the City of Melbourne, the Victorian Womens Trust, and All That We Are, Victoria and Simon Spain. If you're watching down in Tasmania, hello. And thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to send 2 composers down to your wonderful retreat just outside of Hobart. Everybody that's been there has loved the opportunity to just go down and create. What better place to create than Hobart? So I think we're ready to get underway with Hannah's piece. If anybody has any questions, comments, feel free to pop them in the chat, and Wendy will send them through to us by some magical means. A very big thank you to 5Stream. We have Darcy and Harry with us today. Very big thank you to you guys. And today is being presented in association with the Team of Pianists. We're in the beautiful Glenfern Historic Mansion, and we're very grateful to be able to work with the Team of Pianists to bring you this Composer Development Workshop. For those of you who didn't join us last week, we have today Erica Kennedy filling in on first violin for Thibaut, who's still in Sydney, and Liz is filling in for Wilma. Liz played with us last year for our Composer Development Program, and Erica, of course, is our much-loved founding violinist from too many years ago. Yes. So we're about to launch into teeth. If I've forgotten anything, Wendy, can you just let me know, and I'll fix that. Here we go. We're going to just do it section by section, and then we'll hand over to Hannah for her words of wisdom in how we can make this piece what you'd like it to be. And we just reached the spot where we were going to stop. So that's roughly half of it?
Yes.
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 Okay. What would you like us to do, Hannah? Should we go back to the beginning? Do you have any specific notes?
No, I'm just amazed that it's being played by instruments rather than Sibelius first note sounds, which just automatically makes it sound better. I think everything's good.
I got a tiny bit out at the end then, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just at the end.
Sorry?
I got a tiny bit out just at the end actually, I'm not quite sure what happened then.
What do you think we're getting? Are we getting the character that you're after? Is there any...
definitely. Like, it's supposed to be snappy and slightly angry and uncomfortable, teeth, I guess. So yeah, I'm getting that a lot. Maybe at the start both violins are slightly too quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the dynamics. It's a bit too jarring in between, and I think maybe when the viola and the cello come in, the cello I didn't take into account how loud it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can just play softer.
Yeah, no. If I would kind of like it to be more of a duet. Maybe it's also where I'm sitting, but
No, that's fine. I'll just make sure it's more balanced.
Yeah, the cello's just kind of sometimes overtaking it, I think, at the start. No, and the sharp notes at D with the double F, that the build up to there was really, really good.
Okay.
That was what I was wanting, and it's not out of time, but it sounds a bit chaotic because it's written quite like that. And that is what I was going for. Yeah, I'm just happy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you want to, maybe we should, because we stopped at the hard bit.
Yeah, no.
So maybe we should read on through to the end and then go back and you can kind of, on a second hearing that, you know, we'll fix up what needs to be fixed. Does that sound like a good plan?
No, that's good.
I actually have a couple of specific instrumental questions from what we just played.
Yeah.
So you would have noticed that, I was doing quite a few sort of pizzicato chords and both ways, which is good. That's great.
Yeah,
I think it works really well. When we get into those 4-note chords at bar 121, I start to have a little bit of trouble with getting a fifth across 3 strings.
Yeah.
So we've got the E flat, the B flat, and the F, and a fifth across 2 is okay.
Yeah.
But across 3, I sort of feel like that's why I need like a fret bar or something.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could potentially sort of contort.
Yeah.
But then I definitely can't get my 4th finger over the bottom for the C sharp.
Oh, okay. Probably then the 2nd string could be omitted, if that is helpful.
So probably not, because then I still have to. I can't have the one on the E and then. On
Which one's 2nd string? Is it from the highest or from the lowest?
Oh, A string. I always think of it as 2nd string. Yeah. So I could do.
Yeah, no, the 3rd string then. Yeah, if you could omit that one.
So you're going to end up by default getting a bit of open D in the chord. If you do that, if I don't have a finger on the D string. So
That should not be too horrible.
Okay. So that's definitely possible. Just don't look at the shape of my hand, but it's doable.
Yeah.
Yeah? So we'll just change that E flat to a D.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've got some messages from Katie Abbott for you, Hannah, saying, Katie Abbott is our esteemed mentor and she is listening remotely today and offering her advice, and all of the composers will have individual time with Katie after to debrief and talk about their piece and the experience, etc. And Katie sent you a message, Hannah, to say the workshopping is a great way to work out balance.
Yeah.
So use this to play and experiment, just
Okay,
encouraging you and also for us to, you know, we can experiment and work out how to articulate that. Thank you, Katie. Yeah. And Alexandra Bronstein says, bravo, sounds very intense and good. Thank you, Alexandra. I agree, it's a very good piece.
Great. I'm just, if I keep that D through 124, when the top note changes to the F sharp, does that work for the chord? So if we've gone from... and then if I go to F...
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Good. All right. Thank you.
Should we go on from F? What do you think?
Here we go.
Let's give it a whirl. It's so exciting, and my heart goes fast, and I can't keep my counting. I can't keep my counting at 80. F. Oh, sorry. Can I ask because the been distracting me. Do you want me to dampen my open G each time, which is what I have been doing, or do you want it to ring on, or do you want to like a?
I think I like the sharpness of it not being open. Yes, thank you.
I'd probably maybe just write secco
Okay.
or something. Thanks. Got the last one.
Oh, okay, cool. No, that's in the final from bar 151 going into G, I went from like a crescendo. I think maybe a D crescendo might make more sense. Because the jump from so loud to so soft might be a bit too much.
Sorry, D crescendo.
Yeah.
G.
From 151, the first violin, if you could just still do what you're doing. But no, actually, sorry. From bar 152, after the triple F. If you could from there kind of slowly taper off to quite P to the end of G, I think that'll be a bit more of a smoother transition.
Yep.
And then also with second violin, viola and cello, from the triple F in 151, again from there, if you could do a slow D crescendo all the way to the end of bar 153.
Do you have an idea about? So the middle of 153, should we nominate something like mezzo piano there, but the diminuendo? Is that what you have in mind, or something louder than that in bar 153?
Bar 153.
153. So just there by that stage, would you say mezzo piano in the middle of that bar?
Yeah.
Something like that?
from the minimum, yeah.
Yeah, so
Mezzo
what
piano.
you've got, but just diminuendo.
And then yeah.
Excellent. Do you want to try that? And a lovely message from Sheena from McCooey. Hello, Sheena. So glad that you're watching. And I'm just really glad that we have the technology to reach McCooey.
Where's it good? How about 149?
Yep. Did you say 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just play on the bar.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh,
I couldn't diminuendo.
It's just ingrained. I think I need to actually write
Me
dynamic
too.
marks in
Yeah, I agree.
forte,
I tend to play as loud as I'm counting.
MF.
Okay, great.
Let's just do 150. Is that okay?
Sure.
Don't have to do it.
How is the balance between the three voices and Erica at G? Is that what you have in mind, Hannah?
Would you be able to play it? Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, where?
From G.
From G.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's good.
And then the relationship with us and Erica was that. Oh, should we keep going?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Maybe just keep on going, and then when Erica comes in, if we're good for her,
Yeah.
maybe just go straight from where Erica comes in.
Yeah, no, that's good. I want the first violin to kind of... You're loud because you're not playing a lot of notes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think the sustained is going over really well
Yeah.
with the balance. And it kind of... I want like a massive sound. Yeah, which is working out well. Good. Like this, yeah.
I have a question. You've got slurs of 3 and 2. Was there a reason for that?
What bars are you looking at?
So just with that pattern overall, starting at G,
Oh, yeah.
the repetitive pattern, I just wondered, would I blend better with Zoe and Helen if I had a slur over the whole beat?
Yeah, I think you would, yes. Please.
Yeah. Okay.
I just thought of it in a piano sense, which is not what a violin is.
And when you wrote it, were you thinking of it sort of in like a grouped in 3 and 2? Is that why you did that, or?
Kind of interested in that answer to that question, because it's quite hard to space it as a 5 for some reason because of the string crossing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was.
So that's it. If you're happy with the slur, we need to investigate it no further. That's totally fine.
I've got a quick request or question. Just that chord before G. I mean, I did look at it myself to see if there might be a way of voicing it a little bit more comfortably for me. Personally, I mean, it's all right, but it's a bit awkward. And I wondered because, like, for instance, if I had the F going on into the next bar, that'd be a lot easier. If I could have Liz's F or anyway, I just thought I'd put it out there. It's a bit of an awkward chord, that tritone, and then to go seamlessly into. Just, if you want that corner to be seamless, I just wondered if there would be another voicing.
Maybe
Are yours really easy to go nicely into G? Or
well, I've got a perfect fifth, which is not ties.
No, so that's,
I'm crossing
It may be
strings,
out
but
of
it's sort
tune.
of
that's my only.
It'd be worth maybe considering revoicing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a thought. you might get a better result.
If I revoice it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Especially now, I guess that we're doing the diminuendo into it.
Yeah.
So there
That's a little
won't
bit
be
more
that
nice.
little moment of
Yeah.
step back and dynamic adjust.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It does sort of meld
Yeah.
into it.
We might want to do a down bow.
We might also want
Would
to do a
that
down
or that wouldn't
bow.
work for you? Would that? It's fine. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We have a question from Sasha. Thank you, Sasha. Do you know, Hannah, do you know exactly what you want to come out, or do you change the dynamics and articulation as it cooks?
Sorry, what?
And I guess that's sort of in this process.
In
Because it sorts itself out.
the process
Or
of me
does it-
writing it,
mine
or the
works
process
with
of
itself out,
us
but I
workshopping it.
Maybe let's answer both of those questions.
Maybe we should slow to it.
In composition, I normally write dynamics last, which I've been told is wrong by Carl. But yeah, like because I guess I write in the way I play, in which I kind of try to learn all the notes and then go from there. But I think so. In this piece actually, I try to not do that because especially with strings, the way dynamics actually works rather than on a piano when you sustain a note. That's what it is. So you can actually phrase sentences better. So that's that question. And then in workshopping it, I never know until I hear it, is how I'm going by it. Yeah. And I'm hearing it, and I was wrong, and now I'm fixing it. Yeah.
It's another option.
Yeah.
Where'd you from here?
If we're talking about voicing and things, when we were rehearsing this the other day, we were finding those last 4 bars particularly tricky, actually.
Okay.
And they're beautiful if they're bang in tune.
Yeah.
And we have some awkward perfect fifths up high and notes that are doubled up. And
in the same register, which is relatively unusual
Okay.
because it's very hard for pitching.
Very hard pitching,
Yeah.
And it also makes the texture quite a bit thicker as well. I
Okay.
wonder if maybe it might be worth having a go of taking out some of those doubled up
Notes?
voices.
Sure.
So, for instance, in 167, I'm just looking at the 2 violins.
Yeah.
We both have that B flat.
Yeah.
So maybe one of us could drop that.
Probably you, because that's a larger. The third is easier. Am
Well,
I
not
not wrong?
necessarily,
Oh.
because Liz has to shift up to that double stop, don't you? Logistically.
Yeah, I mean it's okay, but the 6 is quite a nice interval, isn't it,
it is
for a first violin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the 5th preceding it is pretty uncomfortable.
Well, I have to admit I've been leaving that out because it will not be in tune unless something strange has happened. It's very high for a perfect fifth
Okay,
on the
cool.
violin, so it's more likely to be out of tune than not. So I have actually just been playing the F on that one.
Sure.
But once I've got the F, I'm there, so it's easy then to play the 6th.
I mean, I could do I could do a 5th, and Erica could do. I could play E flat, B flat, and Erica could go F, G, for example. Might work better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go on this
Yeah. So that 5th there is fine.
Yeah.
Because the finger's still fat enough to kind of
Oh, okay,
to
yeah.
play both strings, but as soon as you get up there, the
And
finger
then-
starts to fall between the strings.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got thin, small fingers.
Okay.
Erica does.
No, they're pretty. I've got nice square tips.
But yeah. Anyway.
Whilst we're in that discussion about voicing, my Helen's just said that hers
Mine
are-
are very comfortable, but
Okay.
so you
But,
that's what it's not.
this one, like it's lovely and I love it being up high. If I could give the E flat to anyone, but if I give it to, like if I take Helen's B flat and give her the E flat, then she'll have the problem that I've got.
Oh, okay.
Do you know? So it's sort of that. So I don't think. I think
see.
it's just going to be make it harder for another person.
I see.
If that E flat could go anywhere, otherwise I'm just going to suck it up.
Okay.
But
So which
because I think that
which E flat is that?
it's the E flat.
This one.
It's E flat 5. Can I just boast a little bit? We've learned how.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry, this is a recent thing for us.
It's a whole new language for us.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So it's
So that's the E above C.
E
middle C.
flat and then one more again.
Oh, right.
So,
Okay. E5.
yeah. But do you want to
So I'd
just
have
should we
to
see
do
how that goes and maybe I'll be
Yeah.
okay?
I guess also part of the arranging of the voices is, do you want one of the parts to primarily sit on top?
Oh,
So one
yeah.
of the voices, because then you might find an opportunity for that one to be a single line, because it will tend to then resonate a little bit more if it's not got the double stop with it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's something to maybe consider
Yeah.
when you're writing chords like this, and unless you want it to actually just be very chordal and harmonic. But if you do want that kind of, if you wanted the top line, which Zoe and I have, I think, together.
It's very Bernstein. It's
Thank
gorgeous.
you.
It's gorgeous. Does it remind you of West Side Story somewhere and the chords at the end of that, which are just beautiful?
Right, it's
Stunning.
just gorgeous.
Yeah.
The harmonies are just absolutely beautiful.
Thank
so we
you.
just want to make them
Sound okay, yeah.
the best that they can sound. So that's something worth considering. I think that if you do want one voice sort of sitting on top,
Yeah.
that might be the one where you give way with the
Yeah, with the double.
stops a little bit.
Okay.
This is some words of wisdom from Katie. Sasha, in answer to your question, Katie has said dynamics really inform the character of the work, which is why it's preferable to include them in the composition stage. However, composers often know inherently what the dynamics are, but sometimes forget to put them on the page for the performance.
That is very true.
Thanks, Katie, for those insights into how a composer conceives a piece. Where do we come to with the G's and the E flats? Should we do this next version, which is me unchanged and these guys changed, and see if it helps?
Yeah.
So I'll do a fifth. And then I won't play the B flat. Erica said you play the sixth. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'll try it. That wasn't my best work, sorry. That's quite nice with you leaving out that G.
Yeah, is that
I think it's lovely. I quite like that. Did you notice? And then Liz's B flat just kind of.
Yeah, sings through.
Yeah.
You can get more bow speed when there's just one note.
Okay.
So it changes the colour a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the last chord, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the no G.
So I've got that G. Anyway,
And me too. G.
and you too.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Oh, I was wanting to leave a G out. I was just about to suggest I'm leaving a G
Yeah.
out.
Too
Cool.
much.
there's a lot of G's.
So can I leave out my...
The, sorry, E flat. I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah, no,
Because
no.
it's, I want it to end on the E flat without it being.
So,
like
yeah,
it's
but I mean, we're all... So I need my G. Those two at the end. That's actually, it's okay. Do you know it's the second bar that I reckon is the one that's... which could just be us needing to
Yeah.
practice it and get it in tune.
Okay.
But should we quick give it another go?
I'm actually going to leave out that. I'm just going to play single notes for that first bar. See what happens.
Okay.
Is my E right in that last bar? It is it? It is. It is. It is. Is that right, Hannah?
Great question. I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be an E flat.
E flat.
Yeah.
E flat, not an.
In the last chord?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Not in the last chord, so in the last bar, bar 169, first beat.
No, sorry. No, the first one's supposed to be an E.
E natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more time.
It's a bit needed, my
In the first bar? I think it does, yeah. Because I think I do want it more as like a chunky block rather than like a overlining line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better every time as we're playing it more in tune too. Could we just isolate bar 168 to hear that? Because that harmony is so cool.
So first chord.
Yep. So just checking that there is a G flat. It's really clashy, which is great.
Yeah, no, the G
flat against a G natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really great. Okay. Great.
And it just opens out at the end.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's lovely.
Yay.
Yay.
What would you like to do, Hannah? Should we go back to the beginning and you can play around with some dynamics and
please.
balance? Yeah.
Just going to check the temperature. So is it a little bit louder from both of us from the start?
Yes, please. Like a
Piano.
piano, yeah.
And I'll keep it a bit more under wraps, like a
Like a ooh.
bit more
Sneaky.
menacing rather than
Yeah.
scary.
So
than
like a
outright
flautano?
scary.
Would you like a flautano tusto sound or more of it in the string sort of like? Or,
Oh, the first one, please.
okay,
I think.
bit nasty. So
I could be
nice
nasty.
and nasty. Sorry, I'll give you the medium.
It seems harder like that somehow, doesn't it? With
That
much harder.
sound.
I think I'm just going to have to play violas.
Hello. Sorry. With the dynamics, so if you could be slightly, just a bit quieter when you come in.
Yes.
And then in bar 5, 6, 7, in bar 8.
Then was that good?
Yes.
I reckon I would probably mark that mezzo piano and then write something like menacing above it, so that if you wrote menacing, then people wouldn't think it was mezzo piano nicey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of, I've got this belief that dynamics aren't about a decibel reading. They're about a character, but it sort of doesn't work sometimes. And here I sort of felt like, as a decibel, I was kind of, sometimes mezzo forte in a context of something is really close to forte.
Yeah.
And sometimes, so I'm sort of torn between keeping it mezzo forte, which has that menacing, that would say menacing character.
Yeah.
To me, but maybe mezzo piano with menacing.
Erica and Liz, in bar 5, 6, in bar 8, if you could have a crescendo throughout that bar for when,
With the quavers.
yeah, so when, sorry,
Helen.
Helen, if you're, when, Helen comes in, then it's slightly louder. I think we have to compensate for 2 instruments rather than 1 solo instrument. If that makes sense.
Sure.
So it'll be piano, and then a crescendo in bar 8 to a mezzo piano, and then a crescendo in bar 16 like it has, but instead of going to mezzo piano, it'll be going to a mezzo forte. And then the next crescendo you have is joining everyone else at B with the fortissimo, which is what I would like. Yeah. Thank you. Does that make sense?
Should we go from somewhere like... What would you like to do, Hannah? We could just go from the beginning one more time.
Yes, please.
Yeah. That's why we'll adjust to that anyway.
Yeah. That was much better.
Yeah, cool.
Because there's like 2 loud points and then the 3rd loud point is B. And that makes sense. Yeah.
You could really feel the tension building.
Yeah.
Oh. And what at B, I kind of get the vibe that the character is a little bit more cheeky, but in
like what's a good way to put it? I'm being mean but having fun while doing it, which is not nice.
I was going to think
Sadistic.
Yeah.
sadistic, or just being a ratbag.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just
Like, sorry, Mum, but yeah.
The character I have in mind is, I don't know if you know the Moomins, but Little Mai.
No, I'm sorry.
From the Moomins, that sort of just kind of a lovable ratbag.
Yeah.
Do you want to go from B? Yeah. And then here, do you want me to be slow?
Yes. Yes. Yep. Like a rocking sort of thing.
Great.
Should we do 30? Or we right into it?
Bar 30. What do you think, Hannah?
Oh, this is exciting. That's what I think. B, going into C was really good. I think initially at C, if Helen and Zoe, if you guys could be mezzo piano instead of piano.
And that same steely.
Sorry, I've lost it.
Um,
There we go, I've
34.
got it. Okay,
Yep.
so mezzo piano.
At C, yeah.
Mezzo piano and that same steely in the string.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of aggressive. Because by now you know what's happening.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the loudness is good.
Yeah.
Also because low and high.
Yep.
And then just, yeah, kind of keep it up. And then at 46 for everyone, I think it's a bit too jarring from 45 to 46, and I don't know what to do about it. In terms of, it's a bit of a misstep rather than a smooth progression. And I think I should fix it with dynamics.
Do you mean that we don't reach the 14?
No.
That's a jolt, or no? What do you mean?
I think if Erica and Zoe, instead of being piano, if you guys could be mezzo piano, I think it's just
Either
too
that,
jumpy.
or
Yeah.
one thing I was thinking when you said
Yeah.
that, one thing is we could be loud and diminuendo, like not even make it a subito thing, but actually just be where we are and just kind of diminuendo. That's
please.
another option.
I would prefer that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Diminuendo over 46.
So is that for all parts?
No, just for violin.
So it's a
one and
dovetail.
cello. Yeah.
So, and I would go so far as even to say with that diminuendo to be just over 2 beats.
2 beats, sure.
But,
No, you would know.
oh, well, but, let's see.
Yeah.
So we'll stay up and we'll be piano-y, mezzo piano by halfway through 46. Is that what we do?
In the middle of 46, what would you like us to be? Hannah?
To mezzo piano, please.
Thank you.
So,
And a message from Katie. Terrific that you're working from your musical intuition here, Hannah. Yes, as Zoe said, words in English or other are very helpful. Get creative.
Okay, sure. Challenge accepted.
or other. That'd be fun. We could learn some other languages. Something, no, what language?
Yeah, to go into, yeah.
Maybe some Nordic languages.
Where would you like to? Where should we go from?
From just before C, I think. Perhaps if 32 might make sense, or 33.
Yeah.
32.
Yeah.
32.
Pretty sure.
Sorry, can I just ask what dynamic?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Piano.
Piano, thank you.
Yeah.
Question here
Yes.
with the dynamics.
Yes.
It is what we're doing at the moment what you have in mind? Is it good?
Yes, it's kind of interweaving before getting louder to D is what I was feeling,
Yeah.
and I think it's playing between voices quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the correct thing is that Erica is most important, me second, these guys third. Just above, yeah,
56. you mean?
56, yeah.
I must admit, I was playing a bit louder than MP there.
We definitely did then, yeah.
But it was
I
hard
liked
not
it.
to,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Because we're sort of kind of coming from like a world where it's like between me and Erica, and then
Yep.
I'm down. So should I just ignore that mezzo forte at 56 and keep the
I think so, yeah. And
the dialogue and these guys?
And I liked it that time that was played most, so I think the mezzo piano should be ignored as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mezzo forte?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Get it angry.
I definitely was playing over some.
That's really funny. So I'll go up to forte.
Yeah.
Great. And then we'll keep the drop in bar 58 going down to mezzo piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To build it back
Yeah.
up, I think.
Would it be okay to go from bar 54?
Yes.
I wasn't sure in the end, sorry.
Actually, at when you come in to do kind of your solo line, if you could do more slightly softer, so that mezzo piano but menacing, like it was at the start.
Yeah, sure. At bar 56.
Yeah.
Because-
No, not 56. Sorry, at D 60, 61, 62, 63.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So mezzo piano menacing. Yeah.
Because we can tell you're the melody because everyone else isn't. So
Yeah.
I think it's kind of. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then.
Great.
Same for 61, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Liz at 65 when you kind of do your solo thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you could do mezzo piano menacing, and then keep the dynamics from 67 onwards, and from there kind of falls back nicely, I think.
So where does the mezzo piano start?
In 61, 2, 3, 4, 65, where you start to do the demi-quavered runs. That makes sense. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Menacing.
Yeah.
Done.
Do you want to hear that? See how that.
Yes, please.
And another message from Sasha. Thank you, Sasha, for listening in. Sasha says, thank you very much, Hannah, for the fresh and very imaginative musical vision, composition, and to all the ladies for beautiful playing and collaboration. Always find it very inspiring to have a go. Thank you, Sasha. I hope this means that you're inspired to write a string quartet.
D?
B.
D?
Hang on, what bar is that?
60.
Thanks.
I started overthinking. Here, I'm forte and I just stay forte, isn't it?
Yeah, at 66.
Years.
Yes.
Yeah, into 67, and so and all through all of that, then we're all
Yeah.
forte. Then we're all forte, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, great, got it. Happy to go from 66. Sorry, guys. No problem.
But that sneaking was what I was after.
Yeah. And message from Katie. It's sounding really alive now. Thanks, Katie. And it's coming through the screen really well. Textural and keeping the ear engaged. That's great. Thanks, Katie.
Free rhythm.
Very free reactive rhythm.
Not quite what you wrote there, Hannah, sorry.
It's like a chain reaction.
Yeah, we have a little message from Alexander Volts. Hi, Alexander, who's another one of the composers from Queensland. And he said, hi, loving today's workshop. Can we find out why Hannah has called her piece Teeth? Such a great title.
I had to submit it for my university, and they want a title, so I didn't think of teeth until the last 2 seconds. But it's quite uncomfortable, and the title called Teeth is pretty weird. So I think it's fit.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep.
Something about the bitiness
Yeah.
of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely using bitey articulation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So it worked out well. And it's supposed to be not capitalised and with a full stop,
Oh.
which is, I don't know. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. You could even use biting as one of your words.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
I think you could write articulation biting.
Biting.
Do you want to try that again? I'll try to play
where was
right
that?
rhythm.
I'll let you 77 too far in.
No.
No, 77. Or do we need a little run up? That's a bit weird, isn't it? 74. I'm just going to, just in case I forget to tell you,
Yes.
Hannah, 124, you've written me an alto clef.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just for your own, to change that for next time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like alto clef.
Not
No,
on the-
we don't like alto
Not
clef.
on the cello.
We like tenor clef,
Yeah.
not alto. Yeah.
So the notes are correct. It's
The
just-
note, I'm. If you're happy with the notes I'm playing the correct notes.
Okay, cool.
I think.
Hannah, I have a question at bar 108.
Yes.
That harmonic is really high,
Yeah.
and it's really hard to get it to speak and to get any sound on it, basically. I'm wondering if there's a possibility to play it lower, down the octave, or...
Could I hear it down the octave?
Sorry, where was that one?
108.
Sorry, we were together, was it?
I wanted to hear this one anyway.
Yeah?
You can, it's a bit more clashy. You can actually hear the chord then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I hear when you were playing the higher one before? No, I can't hear it. Yeah. Sweet.
I mean, that's when it's working, but half the time it doesn't work very well just because of where it is. Awesome. Thanks.
That actually sounds, the voicing actually sounds better.
Yeah.
So,
I can hear the notes for it to not work.
yeah.
Yeah. Or to clash, not work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Can I just do a boring bowing thing by 105? Liz, do you start that on an up bow?
Sorry, where?
105?
Yes. Is that all right?
Yeah, totally.
I think it's a better gesture.
Yep.
Yeah.
And same. I think I've got the other ones. We're from Hannah. Do you want to go on? Do you want to hear any of that again? We've got about 10 minutes left.
I'd like to hear F, if that's okay.
Yeah, let's go on.
Yeah. It's fun.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Probably do. Sorry, Mike, that bar's hard, isn't it? 136.
I think we just have to go with the pulse, right?
Yeah, we can't adjust.
By the time we wait, it's gone.
It's too individual. That bar, I would agree with that in that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, can I just ask, so, had it been anything other than the last semiquaver bar 134 that you were adjusting for?
No, that time I tried to just go
Yeah.
a bit
okay.
more. Is that all right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Are you waiting for me at the end of 134 at the moment?
I think 134 is just a page turn, and I'm maybe a little bit.
So we're concerned
Okay.
because in 134, for instance, on the second beat, technically our triplets are meant to be with Erica's triplets,
Yeah.
and it's not.
No,
And then the last semiquaver, sort of just the togetherness of it.
Yeah. I'm more concerned about the last semiquaver being together for everyone rather than the triplet.
Yeah.
So that's a really important kind of, at the last semiquaver of 134. Yeah.
It's more important than the triplet beforehand. Yeah.
So we potentially, note to self more than anything, just need to feel Erica's fourth beat and then bounce off that. So I might.
If I just did a tiny little accent on the start of 134.
It might be. You could try. Just, yeah. Try.
Yeah.
Could we go into it? Oh, let's just do the whole thing again.
guys were obviously correct.
Well,
It was a
I felt
big-
that with Liz, but I mean, I don't know.
yeah. No. Can we go from
I just
some of that felt good?
it's tricky to get
Some of
together.
it did,
Yeah.
Just that
For
particular one in question
My
was
line, the first violin
Yeah.
line. What
very splashy, wasn't it?
Which one?
sort of
At the end of
character?
it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
I
a
was
bit of
thinking
direction
something to
because,
do
of
with
course, I'm
like-
sort of a bit preoccupied with trying to make sure that I'm with
Yeah.
the other parts, but ultimately,
Yeah, the voice you're
is this
trying
sort
to
of
write.
singing? Do you want it a bit hysterical?
Yeah,
or-
hysterical's probably what I'm going for with the nicer, like a cleaner, like in bar 141 when you sing it out, that's really what I'm after. But then when you have like the sharp attacks, then I want it to be quite vicious.
Okay.
Yeah, biting, as it were.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know as we go.
Yeah.
If there's anything I can be doing more or differently.
I was trying to write an improvised violin line, which is,
Yeah.
it's just,
A bit counterintuitive.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
But that's how you'd like it to sound, sort of.
yeah, like you're making it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which in that case, like I like the general gist of the rhythms that I've written down, but if it's not fitting with how it's singing, then I'm very, very happy for it to be changed, if that makes sense, because I do want it to be quite intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of feeds into the idea
Yeah.
that the most important thing is that you guys, like we were discussing,
We have the rock
in
solid thing.
rehearsal, that
Yeah.
you, and if I'm not quite exactly with you on those little points, then that's not such a big issue.
As long as
No.
we don't get out over the whole bar, I suppose. Do you realise?
Yeah.
Gotta make sure we get to the ends of the bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bits like 137, where both of our pits is then, both of our notes in that bar
Yeah.
theoretically should be with Erica.
Yeah.
No biggie.
There's some
biggie.
points where I like it to hit on where it is.
Yeah. So we need to hit. So we need to hit those points. We need to hit them.
Yeah, so in 137, that pits, I would like it to be joined.
Yep.
With Erica.
Yep.
Also in bar 141, if you guys are coming together.
Yep.
And 47, 8, 9, 150, the second beat, I would
Yep.
like that to be really punched. Yeah.
So why have I written so punched?
The
I
second
don't-
beat of 150.
Yeah.
Do you know?
We
What-
put that
where-
paired him with Erica, didn't we? That's why we.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know if that we made that decision internally.
Better not go on it.
Yeah, we were. I think we decided to do like a that kind of thing. But do you want it a little bit like a big
No,
music with an accent or?
The crescendo would work because it's fitting with
Yeah.
the solo line. Yeah.
So it's the
Yeah.
first line that you want punched, and then we can do the whoosh on the up bow on the second beat.
Yeah, the first beat to be punched, and then the second one is to
Yeah.
be with Erica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Great.
Yeah.
Should we have another go at that?
Mhm.
Do we need to do the whole thing? Can we go from second beat of 133 to cover that page turn?
I didn't even get the first bit.
Sorry, I'll just go with you, Liz.
No.
Maybe it's not a good place.
No, it's all good. I've just got to. I think that some of our half beats are too early.
No, I think you're right.
I think it would just be good to do some little smaller chunks, probably.
Yeah.
This bit we haven't done it very much.
So I think that the half beat of the fourth beat of 141, I think that comes too early. Yeah,
The half beat of 141.
the half beat of the fourth
Oh yes.
beat. So the
Yeah,
four
yeah.
and we come on the and the same thing in 144 at the end. It's on the and.
Yeah.
It's just too
Yeah.
tempting
Can we just
to
do it again? From
Yeah.
140.
Even just 140 could we do, or just that pace?
Can we go 139?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Just do right on that.
Yeah. Am I doing it?
No, that's what I was.
Can we do the same thing?
139.
Yeah. Sorry, we can't. That time I just waited for Erica, and
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
that's fine. So I mean, was that if I'd listened better to the second beat? Was that where was anyway?
Yeah, no, up to there I thought it was fine.
No,
It
what
was
I mean
just-
is, yeah. I'll
Did
make
you
sure-
feel better
I'll
on
make
that
sure
half beat, Zoe?
So good. Thank
Yes.
you. That was great.
But I think we should circle that bit for
Yeah.
review later.
Yeah, absolutely. And so in what we've got like a minute.
Yeah.
What should we do?
Is there something else you would like to hear?
Can I hear G just with the dynamics? I'm just
Yeah,
double
absolutely.
checking.
Great idea. Yeah.
What did we say here?
G.
Did we say anything different with the dynamics? I've forgotten.
No.
No. Okay.
Can I ask it? So not menacing here.
No. she's
Harmony.
lovely.
Harmony suggests something. Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Erica, when your solo line at the start of G, if you could actually make it slightly quieter so it kind of blends in with everything else a bit more.
Yeah, yeah.
And then ignore the crescendo in 159, but play the attacks in 160 as attacks.
Okay, so no crescendo.
No crescendo. And then stay with the crescendo at 161, but start... Oh, no, decrescendo, sorry. But have the second time you're playing the melody slightly louder than the first time you're playing the melody, so that mezzo forte kind of moved down to a mezzo piano, and the previous one slightly further down, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then 165, the change in harmony there, you can kind of make that sing out a bit more as well. That's probably the one place you can sing.
So I might do a little crescendo through 165
Yeah.
to 166 and then
Yeah.
you can come away. Yeah.
I think you're doing that anyway intuitively, and it sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I'll make it official. There we go.
Thank you.
What a great note to finish. Thank you, Hannah. This has been really fun working on tea.
Thank you so much.
And thank you also for making the trip down to be with us in person. We're absolutely thrilled to be crossing borders and doing all that kind of thing. So thank you, Hannah. Big thank you for everybody that's made this happen. We're going to take a little break of 10 minutes and we will be back 5 o'clock or maybe a couple of minutes after 5 o'clock. Thanks, everyone. to our 5th and final session with our Composer Development Program. And before I introduce Winnie McCooey, who is our last composer to embark on the workshop process, I just wanted to say a very quick but heartfelt thank you to the Besen Family Foundation, Victorian Womens Trust, the City of Melbourne, the marvellous people at the All That We Are residency, Victoria and Simon, if you're still listening, big hello to you, to the Team of Pianists who have been able to partner with us in bringing you this workshop series from the beautiful Glenfern Historic Mansion here in East St Kilda in Melbourne. And without further ado, we might introduce Winnie and Erica Kennedy, who's joining us from Orchestra Victoria, who was a much loved founding violinist from 2000 to 2012. We will say those words. And then Elizabeth Sellars, who has joined us on many occasions, Zoe and Helen, hopefully familiar to you all, and Winnie McCooey, who is joining us for Too Late for Dancing. And Winnie, what we might do is, it's in a piece in 3 movements, and we might go movement by movement. Does that sound good? And as ever, the requisite apologies for for anything that may not be directly where it's meant to be. But we'll talk after the first movement.
Great.
Sorry, I forgot the bow gets here. There we go. That's the.
Oh dear, I've got 2 scores here.
So I can show you that there's one. There's teeth full score and there's teeth with a hyphen. Teeth dash full score is the more recent one.
It's too late for dancing, and I have got one, and I just realised I put my bowings in the wrong one. That's all.
Okay.
Because I obviously need to be using the updated, but all my bowings are in the non-updated for some reason.
I think it's fine.
Is it?
Yeah, it's totally fine. I think it was mainly just formatting and stuff. I think you're okay.
Okay, cool.
I don't think there were many. Like,
No, it's all
okay.
good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I just obviously at some point started using the wrong one.
Amazing. It's so nice to hear. Like, I've saying before, I've never actually heard my piece played when I'm not playing, so it's like it's very interesting to be completely separate from it. But yeah, it sounds.
So you've always
great.
played when you've been playing it?
Yeah.
Hey, interesting.
Yeah,
so that must be weird.
It's very weird. It's very weird, but really, really nice because I feel like I can actually properly listen and sort of take it in and be a bit more objective, which is nice, rather than I feel like if I'm playing, I'm more likely to be like super critical because I'm like it's my own playing, you know.
Yeah.
But it's also just it's just like incredible that you can write notes and then you guys bring it to life. Anyway, it's amazing. Thank you so much for playing. I guess my main question is: are there things that are not working playing wise? Obviously, I feel like the cello part. I mean, also there's things in the cello part. I've tried to play, but I can't play the other parts. So is there anything that's sort of weird or uncomfortable or anything?
Not for me, no.
I was going to say almost nothing. Just my first harmonic seems to not be very reliable with the pits, especially in pianissimo. But I don't know why. I mean, this one's fine, and this one sometimes. Oh, is it the same actually? It is. So you could probably change that first one to be the same as the one in bar 8. It seems to speak a lot better there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only.
Yeah. Okay. 100%. That makes sense.
That's good that that's the same.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm not going to say anything because I was going to say you could give Helen the one. You could give her that one if you wanted to go octave down, octave up, but that one is also
It's tricky.
a little bit unreliable.
Yeah.
So you've got the and then when someone's going to
I think whatever is going to speak most
This
reliably.
one I think is the most reliable.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
works really well. Yeah.
Great. That is noted.
Yeah.
Anything else?
So
How did it feel for you tempo-wise?
It felt slightly under to me, but not I think maybe is it possible to play it slightly faster?
So you know what's so funny is because I was going to say, listen, these like the dun, 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 like I did a lot of work with the metronome. I was like, oh, it's fast. It's like it's faster than the
right.
dun, dun, bump, 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 bump.
Yeah.
Like we played it slightly up. It's definitely easier. It's definitely possible to play it faster. That kind of whatever effect it's called, where you've got the triplets on the offbeat.
Yeah.
Faster. I worry that we've gone down the line of so when is the first time it happens in bar 34? We've gone down the line of not making a point of it being we've gone down that road. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, because there is the potential for it to be
I think that's originally how I wrote it, because I guess in my mind this movement's the song Don't Feel Like Dancing by the Scissor Sisters, that.
Oh
that
yeah,
song?
yeah.
So it's ironic because it's Don't Feel Like Dancing, but it's an incredibly dancey song. So I think that's the kind of irony I guess I'm trying to create in terms of it's called Too Late for Dancing, but this movement to me feels quite dancey, especially when we hit that point at 34. So I guess tempo wise it's doesn't necessarily have to be faster, but maybe the important part is the sort of upbeat feel, if that makes sense.
Got it. So would you like it to be a bit more pointed from the offbeats?
Can we try it?
We can give it a go. Can we try?
Can you give me the tempo, Zoe?
So is this
34.
I'll give 3. Sorry, I lose it after 3. You can try it again.
Is it?
No,
Does it make it harder, or is it good?
No,
Okay.
it's good. Sorry, and again. I nearly got it. Nearly got it.
If it's, I'm actually thinking that first D that you have, the non-harmonic D, if it's easy to take that away.
It's really
Doesn't really make a
that's
difference.
not the dun. Could you try it one more time? I'm going to try something. Just try another count.
I'll just give
Do
one
your,
beat in.
do your triplets fit into my crotchets?
They
Do
do.
they?
Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, right. Mm.
Let's try that.
Okay.
Hang on, then. And again. I just wound up being with Helen.
It's tricky.
It's very
That's
tricky.
better, sorry.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if this helps at all. What I'm trying to get is, you know, when you've got a delay pedal on and you've got that da-da-da-da-da-da, it's like, that's essentially what I'm trying to create. So even if
Yeah.
it's not like rhythmically accurate, if it's just like, basically, if you're just like very slightly behind, so you're all
Yeah.
paired. So Zoe, if you're very slightly behind,
Helen.
yeah,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And then
do- I
it's
do
like
know,
I
yeah.
might try thinking of subdividing my notes so we can think of fitting them in.
That would be wonderful,
Try,
because I often
yeah.
find that I can't quite
Yeah.
get in between.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Could we just try it with me and Helen? Would that be all right?
Mm.
Just so that we can have the yum up 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 up. Sorry, and can I just ask one really rudimentary rhythmical question? I've got to wait for 2 of Helen's before I go, don't I?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I just thought
I was
I thought that's what I worked out. But,
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
not my strength.
If you weren't playing the D, is that right? If she wasn't playing the
If
D.
yeah, so you play the D. I mean, if you
I
can,
go yum bum bum.
It's like da, 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 da.
Yum bum.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so confusing.
Glad you're confused because it's
Yeah, I'm
It's really good
equally
for my
as
brain. It's
confused.
really good for my brain. That was great.
Was it?
That was so good.
Okay,
Thank you,
okay.
Helen. Sorry, yep, that was great. That's exactly what I can do it now, Helen. Thank you.
Someone's running so hard just
Love it. And we're dancing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Go ahead.
Cool.
Alright, well,
Let's try it one more time. I'm not listening to you, Erica. I can't.
I don't. I'm just thinking that I have to do this later.
Oh. It's probably a bit slower, but maybe that's good for now.
I don't think it's.
Is it not?
Bump, bump.
No, okay.
I think I do.
Okay, well. Well done, Zoe. I'm starting to feel that.
Cool.
Can I tell you how I stood at home? My husband came in and I was going. What are you doing? Yeah.
Do you want to persevere with this bit, or
Should we put it together with these guys and then
Okay, yeah.
and see if it has the vibe you want. Like we might have put it under. We might be able to get it faster once we've got it locked in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Really off.
And now we're completely thrown.
I've just got a message from Katie. She said that I'm so glad that you're getting this experience, Ceridwen, sort of in terms of. And then she's just said laughing. I think she thinks, thanks, Katie. Glad that we're amusing. I reckon you can go slightly faster if you wanted to.
Well, do we want me to?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Well,
What
it
is
kind
the
of.
tempo? Oh yeah. I won't. I feel like I
Don't-
won't get a
so don't-
subdivide. If
So,
I'm
yeah, don't wait for.
Okay.
Don't wait for.
I'm not waiting. I'm just trying to subdivide each note to give you a
Got it,
chance at the
got it.
moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can we do it again? I just start a beat. What do you think?
I think that was definitely.
Okay.
Great. Sorry, and then when you guys start, I'm like,
Yes.
Cool. It sounds really good. Like it sounds so. I'm so happy. Like,
oh, good,
I know,
good.
yeah,
Do you-
just forget anything else. It just sounds so good.
should we go bang on 36? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got the feeling that you guys might be going slightly faster than we
Yeah.
are.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's a bit like a sea shanty this bit.
Yeah. 36. Can we do it once with us playing loud and you guys playing soft? Right, I've lost it. Great. And with the proper balance now? Sorry. Sorry, let's do that again.
Yeah.
So my question is, Ceridwen, that we're like getting the yup, up, 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 but these guys, it has a really different feel, doesn't it? For the young, da, bum, ya, da, 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 da.
Mm.
So in an ideal world, we'd get this faster.
Yeah.
Yup, up, 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 up.
Yeah.
I think it already sounds more how I was imagining it, though, just in terms of in the last 5 minutes, just
Yeah.
doing the individual parts.
Got it.
So even if it's, I don't necessarily think it's a tempo thing. I think it's a sort of like, if it's like bang together, then it sort of sounds energetic, if that makes sense. So yeah, and it's also like, it's going to be most convincing, I think, whatever you're most comfortable with. So as a collective group of performers, I feel like whatever you guys feel like is the best tempo, I'm fine with that. If that makes sense.
Thank you. You're very kind, Winnie. That's,
Right.
what should we do from, so,
Well, do you want to do the top? The start?
I just realised I did have just one other little thing, Winnie, and that is just going into bar 10. I've got picks at the end of bar 9, and it is quite fast to get into a niento
Yes.
at the tip arco thing at the moment. I'm sort of, because it's niente, I kind of can fudge it, but I just
Why don't I?
it's really. Or can it start a tiny bit late there, just to give me time, just to.
I could also give that to the cello potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that, couldn't you?
Is that and like for now, just not play it, and then I can write it in.
So those two.
I probably would sound better if that whole figure was in cello, though, wouldn't it? So it
Sure,
starts on a
so-
G, A.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that tricky for you, though, Zoe, to get to your melody?
Nah.
No.
Got a whole bar.
Cool.
You could do that. So.
Oh yeah, true. Sorry, there is literally a whole.
So G
Great,
in the
thank
wrong
you.
spot.
That will be a bit more.
Yeah. No
G
worries.
A E. Great. Do you want to go from the beginning one more time?
So did I start a little bit slow?
Sorry, Zoe. Do you mind if you were playing those pits, would you be able to do it an octave higher? Is that possible?
I was playing it at the pitch that
Yes. So
Do you want-
if we're moving from the viola to the cello, is that
I was
is that
playing
okay?
it at her. So you are G below middle
Yeah.
C. I was playing that. Do you want to play an octave above what you wrote for the viola?
Yes. Is that tricky?
Sorry. I can do that. It's
Is
fine.
that okay?
Yeah, totally
Just
fine.
because then when you do enter with the melody, that's kind of because it's been really high pitched. I want the cello to be like low
Gosh,
and
thinking
you know.
99. Okay. No, I'm just, and it's just so, G, A,
I mean, feel free not to play it now if that's.
no, it's all good, and then A, E, okay, yay.
Just with the opening without harmonics. So I love what you've written here, feathery and delicate in tone, but robotic in rhythm, like Morse code. Is that what you feel like you're hearing? Does it need a little bit more attack on each note?
Do you mind playing it again?
Sure.
Sorry, just.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
Cool, great, amazing. Something that I have done wrong is in end of bar 50, so the pause, can that actually not be a pause and be, I'll write in tram tracks, so don't hold that note, just a clear sort of cut, and then sort of hold the air, the space, and then sort of the ending, comes as a sort of afterthought, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then also in the first violin and second violin part in bar 51, I'm going to change your dynamics and also include dynamics so it's all piano in all sections. And then in bar 53, it's all suddenly fortissimo.
Got it.
But I'll write it in and then I can send it or whatever.
So just so that we've got that, so it's all piano from 51?
Yes, so from 51 and 52, everyone's piano, and then 53, everyone's fortissimo.
Got it.
As written. I feel like that just might be a bit more effective.
Can I just check the notes in bar 44 between Helen's and my pizzicatos?
44.
Is it, so we've got unison, semitone,
Yeah.
and then semitone, and then semitone, that's right.
Could you play them together? Sorry.
So from 44, like in a slowly.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
It's replicating the last movement, so there's like a thing, which is why it sounds really out of place,
Fancy.
but it's like a
Good. It always surprises me.
yeah.
It's probably a matter of getting the balance right so that it sort of sounds.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that a different note would work better? Because
No, if that's what you've got in mind, absolutely. It's just
it's supposed to be a little bit of like an ugly thing.
so we start in unison and then it goes. Yeah.
So that figure, the doom 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 doom,
Yeah.
you're both together, and that's in unison. And then in bar 45,
Hang on, but it's not in unison.
oh, I've got it written in unison.
44 is not in unison. That was so 44 should not be. So that was actually my question. It says
Oh.
F, and then did you want a B for Helen or a C? And then did you want a G sharp or an?
The notes were correct.
Yep.
Do you mean the rhythm in unison or the notes in unison? Sorry.
The notes in unison.
No, so the notes should be different.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's
Sorry,
great.
the notes should be different, but the rhythm should be. So it shouldn't be dim dim. It should be dim dim.
Yeah.
If that sorry. Yeah.
Got it.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, and then yeah.
Awesome. Lovely.
I think I just wanted to check the first violin notes in the. I feel like I've written something funny, potentially. Where was it?
Oh, wasn't that C sharp pizzicato?
I think it might have
But
been a
I
C.
played a
Did I
really-
write it?
No, I just played
Oh,
C.
well, that's fine. No, that's so fine. I was just really worried that I'd written something.
Sorry about that.
No, oh my god, it's so fine. You never know what you can do. Amazing. That sounds so good. That sounds really
Cool.
great.
Well,
Thank you so
we'll
much.
polish that up.
No stress at all. Sounds amazing.
Let's go on to the
Yes.
second movement. Aha.
So just to check, I see sulpont,
Mm-hmm.
but not harmonic. Stopped.
Yes.
read out and try. Could we just go from top of that page, 69?
Bar number?
Bar number 69.
Okay, sorry.
So with no dynamics, we sort of, because I know that we sort of discussed on the phone that we were just going to kind of see what happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Again, so nice to hear. I'm just thinking about those. What do you think about the sharp K consonants at the end? I feel like I don't know what I'm hearing. It's less of an accent, I think, and more of just like a pronunciation thing, like more of a like starting on the string, I guess, but less of no extra volume, if that makes sense.
So no decay.
So because we were kind of going.
Yeah, and it's
sharp, and it's more like is that what you mean? Just a.
Do you want the notes separated?
Yeah, I think slightly separated, but not necessarily louder. So I think the second one you did,
So it's just with a clear start.
So what dynamic are we in?
When it doesn't.
Yes. So
I'll
this is.
decide again.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the bit we were trying to figure out on the phone because I wasn't 100% sure if this should be really quiet or really loud.
So you just want it to be articulated, no.
Like in choral music when they like, you know, like. If that makes any
And
sense.
how do you write that in string language?
Yeah, well, that's why I wrote sharp
Yeah.
K
I
consonant.
guess I was wondering, from what you're
Um,
saying, I'm wondering if it's more of a D or a. Because when
Yeah.
K sort of makes me think of something really quite.
And
Hard.
plus the accent makes
Yeah.
us. The accent's definitely making us pull back the sound.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you could
Yeah.
have the sharp K without the accent, maybe, and a dot. I don't know.
Dot.
give
I
the
thought about
separation.
dot, and then I was worried it'd be a bit like, boop,
Yeah.
you know, which definitely.
You
it's
could-
really a vibe.
Sorry. You could say it on the string though, like because
Yeah, right.
if you're specific, you don't want it off.
Yeah.
And so what you're really after is just a clear beginning of the notes? Or is it more than that?
It's like slightly more, like enough to be a feature, if that makes sense, because it's repeated numerous times. I guess it's like, the only ways I have to describe it is like non-musical. Like, you know, like if someone's like talking really angry and they're like, you know, like there's like kind of no any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I think accent is too strong. I think you're right. I think writing an accent makes you do an accent, which
Put a line and the K consonant on it, like a
tenuto, yeah.
maybe.
So it's not. It's there's space. Or
Can we do that bit again? Sorry, maybe from when you're all doing it.
Just before we do it again, so I've got it written at 97, but then
Yes.
say Liz's and Erica's entry definitely don't have it, is that right?
I was going to say, I think that's a mistake. I don't think you should have
I
that
shouldn't
there.
have that one.
It's a bit random.
Okay.
I think you should all start at, at 100, the end of bar 100.
Okay.
Oh, halfway through 100. Yeah, sorry. That's
No
just,
problem, I just
it's a bit random.
wanted to clarify that.
And Katie's just supporting you in the clarity of your intention.
Yeah.
Just saying she's loving the clarity of the sort of what you're after, just that it helps deepen the discussion and that. But we will get what you're after, and we will get there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Katie.
So that was a.
So I'm not going to do one on
You're not going to
97.
do one. Great. And so the first one is Erica in bar 100.
Yes. Yep.
Do you want to do up or down?
I've written that.
Yeah, maybe it's vibrato.
Maybe we just
oh
did
yeah,
that
because we're not
separately.
doing vibrato, are we actually? Yeah.
Oh, what's yours,
Oh,
Erica?
I
Up,
think
down? Or?
That one is. Yeah.
There we go, the sides. Up, down.
And it's still conch, is it?
My first one's not, but then.
I don't know. It goes into when you hold that long note.
Yeah. Okay.
So you gradually all get.
So our first one's not as well. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Where should we start?
Should we go from so that we can kind of back up a little bit to something like 90? Or that's a bad spot.
91?
91. Well, yeah. Anywhere, really? How about 90? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I think I liked the K consonant sounds on those. I think in bar 100, the accent in the first violin, viola, and cello maybe doesn't work very well.
So just a sharp K consonant with that.
So the sharp K consonant from bar 101, 2, 3 onwards, but the accent going into the da going into it, and just after the triplet crotchets in bar 100 for the first violin.
Mm-hmm.
So any accent in bar 100, basically, I think. Take
Are
out.
we not doing sharp K consonants? Nothing like that.
Not for that bar.
Yeah, we're just doing. Yeah, I
And
agree.
then we do it from
Ceridwen.
the sulpont part.
It's
onwards.
really effective. It's sort of like, I hope you won't be offended, but it's really kind of, it's quite like a movie soundtrack. It's quite evocative in the kind of, in the imagery, like the
Okay.
colours and everything. It's quite,
I'm definitely not offended. That's great.
I'm seeing King Arthur and lots of people in the rain.
So we did actually do the crotchet sort of on the longer side, didn't we, that time?
I did a bit of both. Or do you prefer the separation?
Or yeah, the separation. I think.
Just trying to think how to write it so that it's, if you're looking at it, you play it in the way that you're after straight away. I mean, is it excessive to have like a tenuto line, a dot, and an accent? Really?
I think it's,
Yes.
Maybe without, maybe the line and the
Elgar
dot's
does
not
it.
excessive.
Pardon?
Elgar does it.
Elgar does it, so it must
All
be
three?
okay.
I guess I'm just worried with that. It might implicate that I want it to be really strong, and I sort of want it to remain within. I'm thinking also a soft dynamic at the end, because I think it'll be really kind of mean, which I like. But I think I'm worried that too many markings is going to make it too overly accented, but then not enough is just going to make it.
You could just write in English sharp K consonant with a slight break between notes.
True, that would be very logical.
I mean, then there's
Yeah.
no room for ambiguity about it.
Yeah, okay, true. Do you think I can
Do you know
help
what? I
That's not a bad
would
suggestion.
almost just take out the word sharp and just write K consonant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it's the word sharp that's
Yeah.
a bit more kind of.
That really gets your attention, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Right, should be really
Yeah. But just a
Yeah.
K consonant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And do you think K is the right letter? Were you saying D?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was when I thought you wanted a bit less sharp. That's why I said
Okay.
D.
Cool.
I think K is.
Yeah,
K is
it's
good.
K's
Okay, cool.
Then it's very clear.
You could write like a voice. I've had that thinking of it in terms of voice quite helpful actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine these words when you're playing.
Yeah. Like voice.
Awesome. Should we? Would you like to? Okay, so we've done that ending. What do you think about the beginning and the
Yes.
the sulpont with the woman's strong? How are those colours merging for you?
I didn't. That was something I wasn't 100% sure about because I hadn't heard it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it is super effective to put them side by side. Whether I should, not try and juxtapose.
Could we try something?
Yeah, please.
Where, and I'm just trying to kind of preempt what you might be wanting to hear, that the sulpont is just basically something to make that warm sound not so kind of, it's something to kind of unnerve you a little bit.
Yeah.
If that would be right.
Yeah.
And so in which case, maybe if the sulpont was quiet and just colouring,
Yes.
well, could we just try it if that...
I think that's exactly.
Just directly there or the whole?
Do we just do all the points where it happened? So just directly there and then jump to the next point?
There being
Oh, you meant to 4.
The first one.
Should we go from the beginning of bar 4? Sure. And then do you want to jump to the next one, which is that what you had in mind, Winnie?
I think that is definitely, more of it. I think, oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go.
I think maybe also quieter in the two violins as well. So it's almost like you three are a pod.
A unit, got it.
And then, like, you're like the kind of, and then you're like the main character who's like,
And the sense of
on a quest.
Is that really strict? Sometimes I just feel like I just want to put a little bit of bib in.
do it. If you feel like doing it, definitely do it.
Okay.
I think. And the warm is more important than the sense of it.
Okay.
I guess I didn't want it to sound too romantic, like kind of schmaltzy, but
Okay.
do it, to get the resonance.
Okay.
King Arthur on a quest.
Yeah, exactly. Through the fog.
I know that it's just all Green Knight, which I do recommend.
Okay.
And then the next one thing I think that makes that work is that I'm. Which E are you on?
The one below middle C.
Yes, I was just before I made a fool of myself. I just wanted to check. Is that I'm an octave above Helen for the pont, and I reckon that her sul pont when she's with Erica would sound better an octave higher than Erica.
Yeah. Okay.
Rather than an octave lower.
Let's see, where is that then?
Yeah.
That's in 77.
All right, yeah, I can try. Do you want to just hear it both ways? Maybe.
Oh, because I'm not pont. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the new way or the old way as well?
Could we try the new way?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I feel like even though obviously you're playing notes, you're playing the same notes, so the role of whoever's playing the sul pont is more of a textual thing than a.
Yeah, so it can be quite a bit softer.
Yeah, I
Was
think
that
so.
still too loud?
It could have been slightly. It could have been a bit softer. Yeah. And then Erica and Liz are just the same there. About 81. There's no more spots where it happens, is it?
There is in the two violins in 64, I think. Oh no, that's a complete lie. No, wait, what? What have I written? Yeah, but okay, yeah. It happens in terms of the colours, but it's not in unison, so that's okay.
So we're both awed at 81.
81.
So we don't have a pont there for the two violins.
No, yep. So this section sort of begins more of a unison quartet thing. You're all playing together in the same style.
Yeah.
And then you guys come in and it should be what's the word? Combined sound rather than it's separate as before.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cool. I think that works much better.
So we sort of ended, just for an idea of the dynamics, to put something in just so that you know when we record things. It was kind of within a piano, wasn't it, really, with those attacks and the pump, but still quite sort of introspective.
Yeah. I think
dynamic.
I think a quiet ending makes it more.
So in terms of getting there, how do you want to do that? Is it just basically that long note, perhaps the each entry, and then we have those two bars of long note, 101 and 102, and we set the scene then.
That diminuendo and
Yeah, I'm thinking, and then maybe by 101, 2, 3, everyone's piano.
Yep.
Yeah, great.
Did you want to have another go at that ending with that in mind?
Oh, me? Yes. Yeah. Do we have time?
Well, we do.
Okay.
We do. We've got 23 more minutes. Actually, no, we've got slightly more.
movement though. So
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yes. Let's do it again.
Where's a good spot to go from?
91 or, well, we went from 90.
Do you know what? I'd really love another go, just from a selfish perspective, at that section from 69. I felt like I was a little bit at sea through there.
That's the bit I'd like to hear again too.
But maybe, what do you think about just going from the beginning again, Winnie? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do that.
And just see. Sorry.
Was I out? Was that not quite where we expected?
It was just in bar 71. Something
Just felt like a beat early.
Okay.
Maybe if every time anyone has the quaver followed by the long note, like you could bring that out, because it shouldn't kind of link up, like do 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 do.
Yeah, nice.
Do, do. So it like might be easier to keep spot.
Yeah.
And you definitely want those still to be in the pont always.
We're all pont here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Is that? No,
No.
except for Liz. No,
Yeah,
we're
that
all pont.
doesn't-
She's just awed for 2 beats in 69. It looks
Yeah, and then
like.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know, I just noticed,
Mm.
I should have noticed it earlier, at 64, I have a little odd just on that tie.
yes, that's
Is
a
that
bit.
supposed to be for me?
It's a bit random. I don't think so. I
Okay.
think that's floating, and
Yeah.
you can get rid of that. Sorry,
No.
I have no idea where that belongs.
Is it good to go from that spot, 64?
Yep. so much.
Really good. It's really fun to have something that's just so concerned with colour and texture. Actually, it's sort of surreal.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, I'm glad.
Should we go on?
Yes, let's move on.
I'm just going to give myself a tempo.
Yes. I feel like... Do you feel like this movement needs to be a bit longer? Not that I can necessarily, not for this, but like just in your personal opinions.
No.
No?
But
Okay.
if you, I mean,
I
if
haven't
it's
thought that,
if
but-
no.
Okay.
You could put a repeat in.
True. This is true. Anyway, for another...
Yeah. It hadn't struck me. Maybe the but
I was wondering about crotchety because 17 was slow enough. Did you think it was?
Where's the C?
yeah, probably not.
No.
You're absolutely right. It might not have been.
It might, if it had been a little slower, maybe it would have been a bit more weighty.
Hang on.
We're back. Yeah, we were right.
I feel like it was, yeah, that was kind of what I was hearing. I mean, yeah, you don't want it to be too slow, I think, because it's, well, it's trying to be like, humble is the word I've sort of tried to think about it with, and that to me is like not too indulgent, if that makes sense. But no, I thought your speed was like, it was exactly what I was hearing. Yeah, cool. I mean, yeah, that was just.
I don't know at what point Katie is referring to, but she's just said great.
Thank you, Katie.
Thanks, Katie. Whatever we did well, that's good.
Okay, cool. I don't know where to start.
If only. What's the title of that?
Well, the whole thing, I guess. I read a poem, a Margaret Atwood poem called The Late Poems, and that's where I got the opening, the robotic rhythm that you start. That's like I read her poem and then I recorded myself reading it, and then I tried to notate the rhythm in like the voice, and then her poem kind of inspired me to write a very like D-grade poem that's not really a poem, but then it just sort of helped me to sort of think about the ideas of what I was trying to write about, and then it made me just think about I guess like I wrote it during one of the lockdowns, and I was just thinking about like, I don't know, like seeing a lot of people my age and like young people just like kind of struggling, and it sounds kind of superficial, but like not being able to dance, and then like just sort of ways that I think especially people my age tend to cope with general life is by dancing, and that was kind of stopped obviously. So yeah, I don't know, I guess I was just sort of thinking about that, and then just different ways of coping with things, and then it made me think of all of these the three movement words, and then I think I was talking to my mum and we were having a discussion about what we think are the three saddest terms in the English language, and we came up with what might be perhaps and if only, not to be too melancholy and depressing, but that was sort of we had that discussion, and that felt really fitting in terms of the sort of thing that I was trying to create, which was that understanding of how to cope with pain through something happy like dancing, but it also being this underlying thing. Anyway, that's where the title came from.
I was not expecting you to go there.
Yeah, right.
I just, wow, fantastic. I love the image of you recording Margaret Atwood into a
it was
dictaphone and then trying to...
Well, it's why the rhythms are all a bit funny at the start. They're all a bit like cut up because I was trying to notate my voice, and then obviously every time I read it, it was very slightly different, but I did find that there was sort of a rhythm that I kept going back to, and then it's just sort of picked that, tried to notate that, but dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Should we go back to the beginning, and you can feel free to stop us, Winnie. Like we'll go back to the beginning and feel like you can jump in and.
Yep. Okay. I feel like it all it was really together. Like I didn't feel like there was any points where, and the cello and viola, the dip like that worked. I was not sure if that was even necessarily.
She's a champion at this.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
Years of experience. Yeah. Years of offbeats as a viola player.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just useful for something.
And this is what you would. I mean, the in bar 133, 132, that's what you're talking about back in the first movement,
yes.
So with the dissonance. Yeah.
Sorry, I've lost all my pages.
Cool to have, because quite often it's a last movement that will kind of refer back to a motive from the first, but I think it's cool that a first movement, preempts it. That's cool.
Yeah, well, I think I sort of wrote the last movement, and then I was like, I really wanted to use those, this kind of like jarring, angular kind of style of writing, and then I was like, it feels like it's relevant, but it's slightly out of place, so I wanted to sort of bring it into the first one as a sort of foreshadowing thing.
I'd be interested to workshop that a little bit in terms of how we can make it effective and not just like we're playing wrong notes.
Yep, okay.
So... in terms of how far can we go with the maybe making it slightly louder, just ever so slightly, not angry, I guess. It's not an angry thing, is it? It's just
it's not angry. It's more just like it's interrupting. It's like
good to know it's interrupting.
Yeah, it's like it's out of character, and it's like a surprise. It's like, oh, what? But then you just immediately go back to like how it was, so it's like almost pretending like it didn't happen.
Should we go back to the beginning?
I don't mind having another stab. You were very kind, Winnie, but I'm pretty sure that I dropped quavers and added them, and it wasn't quite.
I didn't notice.
Right, but actually, I'm sort of with you explaining that, and you not being able to dance, and if only, and sort of getting this lilt, and then suddenly there's an extra quaver, or like you've lost the quavers and you can't find your rhythm.
Exactly.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah. ourselves. Can we go straight on there? Is it okay? Sorry, Helen. Overthought it.
Oh, sorry, that's not where you are. So from
bar
where
before
you just
that.
went.
Oh yeah, just from where you went.
Yeah.
So she's going one bar before you. 121.
Got it.
1780. Are you going from 119?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Is that alright?
Yeah. Tell you that bar 139 is a 4/8 bar,
139.
and then it goes back into 6/8.
Oh yeah, I've changed it in my part.
Sorry.
Good, I sort of saw it. I must tell
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Also, Liz, in your part, that Bartok pit.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was an experiment that I should have taken out. I just know. Yeah.
Random.
You don't have to
That's okay.
do that one. Sorry.
I quite liked it, sort of kind of preempting our strangeness, but
Yeah. Okay. I felt like
Maybe it just a sforzando might do the trick.
yeah, like still. Because it's both an afterthought of what's just happened, and it is preempting the sort of weirdness. But I feel like I kind of like the fact that the weird cello viola thing is like a surprise again. It's like, but
do you know what I mean, I instinctively play those bars just ever so slightly more than, I don't know if you wanted to, because we were kind of like
We
playing,
did then, and I wasn't sure if I preferred it that time. Yeah.
I liked it because it was, I
Yeah.
liked it, but I don't know what you thought.
as in slightly stronger.
Just slightly kind of like with intention, and then
Yeah.
back to,
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
so
I think,
it's sort of, I think without searching for another solution, it's probably the most convincing with not much time.
yeah. I think that makes it makes sense as well because it already stands out because of the dissonance. So it's just you're just bringing it out more, which is just more convincing. And then going back to the sort of calmness ish of the next bit, and then when it happens again, obviously. Do you think a whole dynamic?
Do you know what? Actually, even though I don't think I've ever seen it, maybe just tenutos on the pizzas would be enough.
Okay,
What do you think
yep.
about that? Just a little bit more intention.
Yeah, because it's not quite sharp. It's not an accent. It's like a.
I mean, I don't know if I saw tenutos on pizzas, I might say, what do you mean tenutos?
yeah.
How can I do tenuto on a pizza? I don't know.
I would bring it out more though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think it's quite as big as another dynamic
Okay.
change.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, tenutos on the pizzas.
Yeah.
What about that first one of mine? Do you want a tenuto on that one or a sforzando, or do you want to just leave it without an extra mark?
It's weird. I think what I'm trying to do when you've got those 4 pizzas all by themselves, no one else is playing, it's sort of suspense. Not suspense, it's suspended. So it's like you're hanging in the air. It's like doom, 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 doom. Does that make sense? So it's like you're not going anywhere and you're not coming from anywhere. You're just kind of holding the space until
Well, maybe tenutos are good for those too then. It's not that you want one more than the other.
No, it's more just even if you even if you want to take time there as well, like you can just hold it in your own, space. You've got the sort of you don't have to it doesn't have to be like bang on rhythmical, as long as then it sort of swings in. So the dotted quavers, the doom, 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 that bit is like leading into it, and then the others just whatever works. I think because it isn't the same character as that next bit, but it's also not nothing. So maybe tenutos as well. Actually, yeah, because then, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud, because then you're already enhanced by the fact that there's dissonance where it's just you on your own, so actually maybe that works really well. Can we try it? Sorry.
Should we go from bar 127? And then maybe let's go, is it okay, Winnie, if we go through to the end? Does anybody have anything, just because we're sort of heading to the end of the session, is there anything else that you wanted to...
There wasn't anything that stuck out in terms of the rest of it. Maybe the ending, just if we can.
Yeah, let's give the ending another go.
Yep.
And then we'll... Can I just... So if I count out, and I was very strict with counting out from 147, those 4 bars of Erica's long A, what do you think?
No,
Should I...
You can just come in whenever.
I
was thinking I maybe should have just put you one note with a pause.
With a pause?
Rather than you having to count out all of those bars.
Maybe. So should we try that this time?
The only thing is that
Maybe a few bars with a pause or something.
I do want it to be longer than you want it to be, if that makes sense. Like not specifically, I mean you as in anyone playing it, because it has to be get to that point where you're like, all right, the note's too long, and then when you come in with the doom doom, it's like a relief.
I reckon leave it then, because I think that with that it's exactly how it felt. It was like,
as long as that's effective and not like
no, I think it's
too
good. There's an absolute point to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Should we go from bar 127 through to the end? That's exactly how I was to look at the first movement. I just couldn't. Thank Winnie, it's really really effective. I just love the backstory behind it. It's really useful.
Oh, that's good. Amazing. Okay, the ending. Do you think it should be really loud or really quiet?
I don't think really loud.
You don't think really loud?
I was really pleased when you actually just said
really quiet. Okay.
But
okay, cool. I don't think really loud either. I don't know if it's too many.
Sonorous?
Yeah,
Is
maybe
it just sonorous? Like
it. I think it's like not timid. It's like strong, quiet. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's got a confidence
Yeah,
about it, but it's
or like an acceptance.
yeah.
Because it's like. Perhaps.
Why don't we give, like, for the very last thing we do, go from bar 168 through to the end and just kind of accept the ending and just sort of end it.
So what was that? Which bar?
6/8, 1/6/8.
Yeah, 168.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was great. Yep.
And just to end that, I'm going to end with a little note from Katie. Well done, Ceridwen. Great piece, and thanks to you, FQ, for supporting Australian music and the creators as you do in your depth in exploring the new music. Thank you. Thank you, Katie. We're very lucky to have you with us. Thank you to everybody for watching, for Winnie for applying and writing this fantastic piece. A big thank you to the Besen Family Foundation, Victorian Womens Trust, City of Melbourne, Victoria and Simon at the All That We Are residency in Hobart. In the coming weeks, we'll be choosing 2 composers to send down to your beautiful residence to immerse themselves in creating. Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget to tune in to the concert Wednesday at 6 o'clock. In the meantime, we're going to go and record these wonderful pieces and hope that you get to hear them on the airwaves soon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and see you on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock.